Hey guys, welcome to day 28th of the HardThings project. I can't believe it's about to be 30 days of me posting these freaking videos. It's not so impossible for me to think that I was gonna be able to work out 28 days in a row without missing one day because I've been going to the gym for a while now. I've been going to the gym for 10 years now, consistently. Been going for a couple years to lift, and lifting as an activity during the day was the thing that kept me sane for a long time. Okay, especially before I started going to church, before I had a relationship with the Lord. Definitely lifting kept me sane most of the time. Eh, but it's a little bit different now. Okay, because I understand that lifting, just as running, it's an activity that we do at the gym, that we can do at the gym. Running, well, you can do it anywhere. That's the beauty of it, right? You can just like put your shoes on, go to the street, and you run, and that's it. Going to lift at the gym involves a little bit more planning, right? And lately, everybody wants to look like super good at the gym. Hey, listen, sometimes I look at people at the gym and they look better than people that go to a club at night. That I'm just gonna leave it there. And I don't think that's the point, but it doesn't bother me. Hey, if you wanna look good, hey, good for you. But it involves a little bit of planning. And the reason why it's different for me is because I never saw bodybuilding. When I mean bodybuilding, I mean like competing in bodybuilding as something that I ultimately wanted to do. Um, I restricted myself in some ways because I am from Bolivia. I honestly think that genes do play a very important part, especially when it comes to performance sports, and even more when it comes to building a physique. I don't know if you guys have seen a Bolivian. We don't look like bodybuilders, okay? We can do our best. We can have our nutrition at 100%, but we're not gonna look like a guy that has been lifting for like 5 years, even if we lift for like 20 plus years. If the guy has, those genes, those Arnold Schwarzenegger genes, and you know that there's a lot of guys like that. And I understand that it sounds like an excuse. It definitely sounds like an excuse. I don't like it, so I don't like putting excuse in stuff that I do. Because I always say that discipline and consistency can beat talent, and they can even beat higher intelligence. Um, but that is one of the reasons why I never saw it as something that I would be competing in. It's just something that I enjoyed, and just kept me sane. I'm gonna say it again. Just kept me sane. I was like going for mental health to the gym, and then I just started loving it. It was like those 2 hours that you're with your headphones and you listen to whatever you want to listen, and you just lift the stuff, and it feels freaking awesome. And I still love it. I've injured my tendons from my biceps and my triceps and my shoulder, so I'm just like doing a little bit of recovery and rehab at this time, but I do enjoy it, and believe me that I'm gonna go back to lifting, not as heavy as before, and not as um, probably like with the same load that I had before I started running, but I'll definitely do it again. However, when it comes to running, and not just running, because we're going to be doing a triathlon, and eventually we're going to be doing the half marathon, the half Ironman, sorry, in December of 2026. So running, cycling, and swimming, it is competitive. And I'm not saying that it is competitive in the sense that you're competing with others. You're competing against yourself, right? At the beginning, when you haven't done it yet, you're competing against just being able to do it, just being able to finish it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I started this journey, I understood that there was a moment in my life where there was an aha moment, something clicked, and I realized that finally, um, who I am today became my identity, and it was no longer like me putting a lot of effort into trying to be who I am today. Because there was a point in my life where I was battling old habits, and I was definitely putting a lot of willpower and discipline and consistency into the new habits. Just to give you an example, alcohol, quit alcohol, uh, stimulants, drugs, those type of things, never again. Um, Staying up late, going clubbing, those type of activities. I quit all that. I quit alcohol like 2 years ago. I quit clubbing a few months ago as well. But I was going maybe like once a month, 6 months ago. I stopped going like clubbing, like I'm talking like 1, 2, 3 times a week already, like a year, 2 years ago even. And any bad habits, gambling, stuff like that. Eh, but I had to replace those with something, because that time that you had of doing that activity, when you were performing that activity, when you were going out clubbing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, you get so used to it that now that time is empty, right? So Friday night comes and you're in your house and you have already planned everything for the week. You have planned that you have to do something productive on Friday night, maybe read a book, maybe spend some time with the family. And you know that Saturday morning you gotta wake up super early because you gotta go train or you have an activity, something productive, okay? Just try to imagine something. And for some reason, if you don't have something that replaces that bad habit and you do it intentionally, oh, it's gonna itch. Friday night, you're gonna start thinking about doing stuff. And what I mean, thinking about doing stuff, you're gonna start planning. And you're gonna say, hey, I mean, I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. I don't have the motivation to read right now. Hey, I should just go out for a little bit. And that go out for a little bit is it's not gonna be for a little bit, right? And then on Saturday you're not gonna do what you said you were supposed to do, and that resets the whole cycle. So it takes a lot of effort, and I'm not judging. I had to reset that so many times. Um, but as I was telling you before, there was an aha moment where something clicked, and I realized that I didn't need to put that willpower, that effort, that discipline into it anymore. And at that second, I said, aha, okay, interesting. Now I have to find something that I really want to do, something that I want to accomplish, because I am going to be able to do it. It's going to align with the person that I am today. And, God, He speaks through other people. He spoke to me through somebody that was very special to me. And He got me into running. And when I started running, and I realized that that was the piece that was missing in my life, competition, when it comes to sports, because I've always been very competitive when it comes to sports. I said, this is the part that was missing in my puzzle. And that's the second that I said, in about a year and a half, I'm going to become an Ironman. Because I do trust, I pray continually that I'm going to be able to stay healthy, that I'm not going to have any injuries. I plan my training accordingly so I don't injure myself. I put enough time into my recovery so my body has enough time to recover and I can continually keep getting better. And I felt it today. I felt it because I am still taking it easy. I believe that the train for the half marathon in New York was supposed to start tomorrow. It actually started today because I got to the gym and we were supposed to do 30 minutes of easy cycling, zone one, a little bit of zone two, for about 30 minutes. And as soon as I warmed up, I was like, my body feels great, honestly. I'm not gonna go super hard because I still wanna respect the fact that I did a great effort on Sunday on the 10K race, but I feel good. So let's see how far we can get, uh, still being comfortable, you know? And I surprised myself because I was able to cycle for 1 hour, um, at a decent watt level, like 150, 160 watts, and 100 RPM. And I was like, and when I finished, I said to myself, I could continue going for maybe another hour, maybe more if I wanted to. But I'm gonna respect my body and I'm gonna respect the fact that I made a great effort just a couple days ago. I don't wanna make any mistakes. I don't want my ego to get in the middle of me accomplishing the ultimate goal, which is to become an Ironman in about a year and a half. Um, but it was really shocking to me the fact that I've just been training into like a hybrid mode, like a hybrid athlete mode, so between like lifting and cardio, if you want to say it like that. Some mix of like running, cycling, and swimming. And I was able to just change like that when it comes to my body, my level of fitness, because it's so different. The first couple of weeks were hell, believe me. I was not gonna quit, but my body and my mind were saying, bro, let's just lift some weight. Let's just keep doing what we've been doing for all this time. Why change it? It's comfortable, it's nice, you look good, it makes you feel good. Let's just keep doing that. But I knew I wasn't gonna quit. I knew I wasn't gonna quit. And when I do stuff, I just know I'm not gonna quit. So I made a post on my Instagram. I actually deactivated my Instagram for a couple months because I think it's so unhealthy. Like mentally speaking, it's stressful. It's unhealthy, 100%. Um, I might deactivate it again, but I wanted to make a post because I wanted my people, my friends, the ones that enjoy seeing my victories and the ones that I love, to be able to see that there's like great stuff that is coming. And a couple of my friends reached out because I put in the description that this was the first step towards becoming an Ironman. And they said, bro, an Ironman? Like, you mean like an Ironman? The Ironman? Like the race? I'm like, yeah, man. They're like, dude, impossible. And they didn't say it in a bad way. They didn't, I'm 100% sure because I know these two guys, they didn't meant it in a way to discourage me. It was just the reality. Because until you envision it and until you believe it, I also thought that not just me, but anybody that I know will never be able to complete an Ironman. All right. And a friend of my mother, her name is Margarita. She's probably watching this. If you watch this, then shout out to Margarita. She completed it a year ago, and there was a lot that happened in her life that one day when we were in a boat, she was telling me about, and she was going through a lot, and she did mention that she was looking for a challenge and she was looking to just like change when it comes to her behaviors, her habits. And I just didn't envision it. So I was my friends at that point, right? And then a few months later, my mother comes to tell me that she's gonna attempt to finish an Ironman. And I'm like, Margarita, wow, that's incredible. So we watched the live stream and she finished it. She finished it. And when she got to the finish line, um, it changed my own belief that it is possible because I just had never known somebody that had actually like finished an Ironman, right? And I do believe that I can be that person for the people. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second, guys. So sorry. Battery died again, just like 20 years, 20 days ago. So sorry. The audio should be fine. The AC is off. And I started believing, thanks to somebody in my circle that was able to complete it. And when these two friends told me yesterday that it is impossible, they didn't say it is impossible for you. They just said it's impossible. But I've been seeing videos nonstop of people that complete Ironmans, and they're just people, just like me, just like you. So I know for a fact that it is possible because there is a few individuals that are able to complete an Ironman. It's the 0.005% of human population, so it is not a lot of people, but it is possible. But it is impossible for somebody that has not experienced it. Now, sometimes the influence of people around you is just as important as the stuff that you do for yourself, because they can change your perception of the world. And the day that my mother's friend finished an Ironman, I started believing it, and it got in my brain. Maybe you can do it too. Or maybe not, because I was afraid. I am still afraid of whether I'm actually gonna be able to do it. This channel, I said it from the beginning, it's also about honesty. And if we're being honest, then we have to be honest with the fact that fear, it's always a factor. Now, whether you wanna believe those thoughts or not, it's your decision, because they're just thoughts. And sometimes thoughts are not even ours. We just think 50,000 thoughts a day. And sometimes we don't even know where these thoughts come from, right? Might come from the enemy. Some thoughts might come from the Lord. That's why praying for discernment is so important. So once I start believing it, and when I say believe in it, I go back a little bit, and I mean believing in the fact that that could be possible for somebody like me, because somebody else that I know was able to do it. I thought these thoughts in my head day and night because I didn't have the courage of even starting to train, because I didn't want to find out the opposite. I didn't find out that no, maybe I am not capable. But it kept bothering me. It just doesn't stop. Once again, you have to be able to discern between your thoughts. And so some thoughts that are bothering you day and night, they're not always negative. Sometimes you have to listen to them. And that's how I started this journey. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this at this moment, it's because during the 10K, even though it's just a 10K, and it's not even close to the level of difficulty of an Ironman, the fact that I was able to give my 100%, and even when I couldn't go anymore because I decided to give my 100% and I was just not ready because I didn't train properly because of the injury, the fact that I told myself, man, why are you even like thinking about not being able to finish if you know you're never gonna quit? That confirmation was so powerful that it just confirmed the fact that if I continue with this discipline that I know I will, and I continue training myself properly, which I know I will, there should be no reason why I shouldn't be able to finish the half marathon, why I shouldn't be able to finish the marathon, why I shouldn't be able to finish the Ironman. And the reason why, it's because quitting is not an option. So ask yourself today, tonight, before going to sleep, if what you really want, what you really want, and I know that we all have something in our minds that we really want to accomplish. And I'm not talking about material things, forget about material things. I'm talking about accomplishing something as a human being. And if you really want it, but you haven't even started to explore whether you can accomplish it, or maybe you started the planning but you haven't taken action yet and you're just procrastinating, and you're like planning, and planning for you makes you feel better because at least you're doing something about it, but you have not taken action. Ask yourself if that's a negotiable. Ask yourself if quitting is an option.